Hi there and welcome. So today I'm going to have a quick little video on fixing one of these Ion party rocker things my daughter uses. So this is actually the finished product. I had some issues recording audio on the last couple, so just a quick summary of what I did. On the bottom here we've got two rollers, and the ones that come with these are just plastic pieces of junk and bouncing around on the concrete and cement and bumps. They just fall apart within weeks of buying them. So what I did is I swapped it out and I put a metal bracket here with rollers. It's like one solid piece. Cut out the piece that were, I guess, cut out here where the handle goes, and also the bottom here I put a bit of a spacer to keep the screws from going into the battery portion, I guess, which is on the bottom of these particular models. If you have one, wasn't going to film this, but I figured why not. I've already taken them off, but these little plastic wheels that they have in here, that sit in here, these break. I mean, kids are dragging it around on the ground, bouncing over the curbs, and within weeks, these wheels are going to get damaged and break off. You can replace them, but it's not going to matter. They're just going to break again. So I stopped at Princess Auto and found a cart dolly or box dolly. This is metal bearings, metal mount, metal wheels, and this is going to mount right here. The clearance here is a little tighter than these ones. You can get some bigger ones, but I wanted it to kind of fit. So we're going to trim a little bit of the box here on the inside. Probably only need about 1/4 inch right in here. And then instead of taking the bracket off, what I'm going to do is I just put a piece of tape. I'm going to cut this out of this. I'm going to try it with just a hacksaw for now, and then just finish it up with a grinding wheel or something. So we'll attempt to fix this and see if we can make this last a lot longer. Okay, so what I did here is I just mounted it to the bench and took a Dremel and a cutoff wheel and just cut that out. Filed all the edges with the file here. And now what I'm going to do is, before I take it off of here, I'm going to drill a couple holes so that I've got a spot to mount to. I'm only going to put a couple small screws in because the battery is going to be in that area, but I want a couple screws here. So I'm just going to drill a couple holes there. I'll probably reuse these ones. I'm going to add another one up at the top here, so I'll do that next. Alright, so we've got this cut out. We've got a good fit around the bracket here, so what we need to do is take about 1/4 inch off here, and all I'm going to do is just use a dovetail saw. We're going to cut this straight down. We'll do it at a 45 until we get to the ends. And we'll come in here with something smaller. I don't know what that's going to be yet. And then we'll chisel out the rest so we can narrow this in a little bit so that these blocks will fit in there. We'll do that next. Alright, so here's a close-up after we've trimmed this out. We've got a bit of a hole here, so this goes onto the inside. The MDF that this is made out of here is only 1/4 inch thick, so once you cut this off, in order to make this fit, which it actually fits quite nicely now, you've got an air gap here. So what I'm going to do is just take a piece of masking tape, just cover up this hole so it doesn't sink in. I'm going to put a bit of a silicone or something there just to seal it up, just around the outside edge. So once you mount this in and the silicone kind of fills in the gap, we shouldn't have any air holes. And that's how it's going to be. For the bottom here, I've got 6 screws that cover the plate for the battery, so I don't want to have the plate rubbing up against that, so I'm just using a piece of 1/4 inch plywood. I'm just going to double stick tape this to it, put maybe a couple spots of glue, so this glues to the panel, so you can still eventually take it off, and then we can screw some short screws into the plywood through the bottom holes here, and everything should hold together. So I'm going to tape this up, we'll put a bead of silicone, we'll put it all together. Alright, so here we've got all our screws in. Put some short 3/4 inch screws on the bottom here. These ones here aren't holding much on these corner ones, but that's a hell of a lot better. Let's zoom that out a bit. There we go. So now, that is better than these pieces of junk that just fall apart.